Good day, guys. Unknown Prophet coming on, Fred Watkins. Wishing you a blessed day, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are. And I'm bringing you a word from God, but first an apology. I found out at the last minute that we had a dinner party established to celebrate my son-in-law's birthday. And 12 of us ended up going to a restaurant to celebrate it. And he's well worth celebrating. I could not be more proud of him and love him more if he were my own son. He's a jewel. Anyway, that's the reason I didn't come on Thursday evening. So now that I got that out of the way, I'm coming to you with a word that was given to me with a vision and a word that was given to me in two pieces. I got a phone call in the midst of it. I had the vision, but before the Lord could speak to it, I had a phone call come in that interrupted it. So the vision came on 11/30/24, November the 30th, 2024. The explanation of the vision came on December the 1st, 2024. And I'm bringing it to you on December the 7th, 2024. I think I have that straight. Anyway, I'm going to give it to you just the way I have it written, okay? So you'll know what is going on. The vision, as I said, was actually given to me on 11/30/2024, interrupted by a phone call from a friend that I hadn't talked to in a long time, requesting prayer for his wife because of cancer. And when it rang, the father said, "I'll speak to you about this later." So as I receive this now and write it, the first thing I felt in my spirit, before even the vision, was that he was going to show me something that dealt with an attempt to start World War III. And as I had watched in the spirit, I saw a submarine come into view. It had been detected, I assume, by our forces because as I watched, depth charges went off on both sides of the sub. It continued on and more depth charges were going off all around it, both sides, above and below. It continued on and it opened a hatch to fire a missile. And while I saw what appeared to be a blast of air or something come out of the hatch, I didn't see a missile eject. About the time it opened the hatch, a depth charge went off very close. And as I watched, the sub appears then to begin to sink. It continued to sink, and it touched down on the very edge of a shelf that appeared to drop off into a trench that was very deep. It then slid off the edge and continued to sink. I could sense that as it was sinking, the pressure was becoming intense. As it neared what appeared to be the bottom of the trench, I saw the metal of the hull suddenly implode, crushed. And as it did, there was a tremendous, brilliant explosion. I don't know if I heard it or not, but it was so sharp and so sudden that I literally jumped in my chair. Then all was quiet. The vision ended. And so now I'm recording this as the Father spoke it to me. He said, "You could define this one yourself, son, but I will speak." The sub was an indication of an attempt to attack the U.S. and start World War III. I will not name the country, but the attempt was there, and I did move to stop it. I made it known that the attack was coming, as you saw, and that the sub was in the attack mode, and that those defending the United States were dropping death charges in an attempt to stop it. You did see an attempt to fire a missile, but the depth charge that went off at the time it opened the hatch damaged the firing mechanism, causing it to misfire. There were a number of missiles on board, each with a nuclear warhead, which would have inflicted much damage on the U.S. As the submarine approached the trench bottom, the pressure became much greater than it could stand, and so it imploded. When it did, it caused an explosion of the armed warhead that they had attempted to fire, and destroyed all the other missiles that had not been armed. There was a nuclear explosion. The pressure at the depth at which it exploded was such that it greatly modified the results of the explosion. This vision is an alert, my son. I'm calling my people to pray in earnest. There will be an attempt to start the Third World War. But with your prayers, I will stop the attempt before it becomes an actual war. Pray, my children. Pray for peace. Pray for my hand to stop all attempts to draw this country into World War III. And that's the message that the Father gave. Needless to say, he is calling us to pray, and needless to say, prayer apparently caused him to divert the attempt in the vision he showed me. And so prayer, listened to by the Father, causes him to move in ways to bring others into the situation, as he brought those aware of the sub to try to destroy it in the vision. All I can say is pray, guys. And you might say pray as your life depends on it. Because if we go into a Third World War, the damage inflicted, no matter where it is or what it is, will be tremendous. So he's calling you to pray, and I'm asking you to pray for this country and for every country. Those of you in your own countries, not in this country, pray for your country, that it be protected as well. And I continue praying over the list of countries that I have every week, and one of the things I pray for is peace. So that's the word for today. Unknown Prophet Fred Watkins signing off, saying God bless you, have a wonderful day, and I'll be speaking to you again on Wednesday, God willing, and the creek don't rise and the war don't start. Love you guys. God bless you.